Raw kicks off with Seth freaking Rollins. He recaps how hard his win over Shinsuke Nakamura was before discussing his back injury. He teases that his run as world champion is over, but follows up by saying he's just getting started. He doesn't want to fight tonight for once, but gets interrupted by Drew McIntyre, who's been in a foul mood as of late. Drew challenges Seth to a world championship match at Crown Jewel, which Seth accepts. Drew wants Seth at 100% and doesn't want to blindside him like other challengers. Drew leaves saying he has business to take care of in the back, but Seth gets jumped by Damian Priest. Drew stares from the ramp. Remember, Drew's fed up of cleaning up everyone else's problems. Priest hits a south with having chokeslam and calls to the back. Dirty Dom comes out with the Money in the Bank briefcase, but Drew stops Dom, hits him with a Glasgow kiss and throws the briefcase away like a caber. Seth drives Priest out of the ring and stands tall to end the segment. First match of the night sees Kofi Kingston take on Ivar in a Viking rules match. It's basically a Falls Count Anywhere match with a Viking theme, fun for all the family. Kofi grabs Ivar's beard and uses it to throw him through a table. Ivar may have had more control if he only had a handlebar. Hey, come on! Valhalla jumps Kofi, which brings out Woods. I thought Woods was just going to drop kick her and I'd have died laughing if he had done. She goes for Woods, but he moves and sends her over the barricade, but Ivar squashes Woods. Back in the ring, Kofi looks for trouble in paradise, but Ivar catches him and puts Kofi through a table. Ivar goes up top and nails a moonsault to win Viking rules. Damian Priest is choking JD McDonough backstage for some reason, but the rest of the Judgment Day come and stop the debauchery. Rhea informs us that Finn and Priest have a tag team championship rematch next week against Jay and Cody. She then tells JD to handle Drew McIntyre and prove himself. Nia Jax is in action next.
No, we're not watching that shite! We're not watching that anymore!
You're right, sorry Shamo. Backstage, Seth Rollins tells Drew McIntyre that their match at Crown Jewel has been made official. Seth does ask why Drew didn't help him when he was getting beat down, but did stop Damian's cash-in. Drew reiterates his point from last week, he will only get involved in his own business. Drew says if Judgment Day got the world title, they could replicate what the Bloodline did, and he doesn't want that on Raw. Seth says Drew shouldn't worry about Judgment Day because they couldn't take Seth's title, and neither can Drew, as Seth walks off. Michael Cole has an in-ring interview with the new WWE Tag Team Champions. Jey Uso is out first, followed by Cody Rhodes, as the best bromance in wrestling is here. If you don't believe me, just watch the Fastlane press conference. I'll have what they're having. Yeet. Jey says being the tag champion again means so much to him, but Cole puts the question to Cody, how does this affect Cody's dream of finishing the story? Is he content just being tag team champion? Is he scared of letting people down again? Cody answers politically, saying he's just happy to be tag team champion, but Cole pushes for an answer, mentioning how both Cody and his dad Dusty Rhodes both came so close to winning the title. Cody gets emotional, you can see it on his face, but before he can speak, he gets interrupted by Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Sami has his heel music, an absolute stinker compared to Worlds Apart. It's like replacing Luis Suarez with Ricky Lambert. Terrible business. Sami congratulates both Jey and Cody for their win at Fastlane, but says he has mixed emotions because Sami thinks he and Kevin should be holding the titles. Kevin isn't as mixed as Sami. KO says he hates seeing Jey and Cody with the titles and wants them back. Cody and Sami throw out the challenge for a match later tonight, but KO speculates that Jey won't accept because he's scared to lose the titles to KO and Sami for a second time. Cody accepts on behalf of the champions. Looks like the main event is set for tonight. Shinsuke Nakamura attacks Ricochet before his match tonight. Naka hits a GTS on Trevor before officials split them up. Ricochet was scheduled to face Chad Gable and Bronson Reed in a triple threat match, with the winner getting a title match against Gunther. Fortunately, the match goes ahead as planned. Gable German suplexes the big Aussie and Ricochet nails a dangerous dive. Gable Germans Ricochet off the top, but Ricochet lands on his feet. Gable follows up with Chaos Theory, but Bronson dumps Trevor onto Gable and hits a senton to both men. Reed hits a tsunami on Ricochet for the win. He has earned himself a title match against Gunther. Drew McIntyre faces JD McDonough next. McDonough is of course accompanied by Dirty Dom. Daddy Drew hits a future shock followed by a Claymore to pick up the win. We get a sit down interview with DIY, Ciampa and Gargano. They get attacked by Imperium with cartoon sound effects for some reason. Did anyone else notice that? Might as well have had bang, zip, kapow pop up with every hit. Two baldies chant nonsense, but ignore that. Behind them we see Rhea Ripley talking to Drew McIntyre. Drew was so against Judgment Day winning the world title earlier, so what could this mean? Will this lead into Priest cashing in his briefcase soon? Tegan Nox challenges Becky Lynch for the NXT Women's Championship next. Becky gets the disarm her and makes Tegan tap out, but the two shake hands after their hard-fought back and forth affair. Drew McIntyre confronts Jey Uso backstage, reminding Jey that Drew doesn't trust him. He sees right through him and will drop Jey when his true colours show. It looks like they're going to fight, but Sami Zayn steps in and stops it. Sami and Jay discuss the main event coming up next. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, this time with his better music, take on Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes for the tag team gold. Highlights here include KO hitting a stunner on Jay, but Cody breaks up the pin. Jay superkicks Sami into a crossroads, and the champs double superkick KO before hitting their 1D Cody cutter. Nasty landing on that one for Cody, as Jay and Cody retain. This of course means they will defend the titles next week against Judgment Day. Sami and Kev are gutted with the result. Kevin goes to leave, but Sami stays in the ring to shake hands with the champs. This prompts KO to get back in the ring and shake hands with Cody before we get character development from KO and Jey Uso. Kevin shakes hands with Jay, hugs him and raises his arm. Seems like KO is past his problem with Jay and the two can be civil now. This is how we end the show. Thank you so much for watching my Raw review. Please like, subscribe and leave comments saying what you liked about the show, what you didn't like about the show and what you think I can do to improve. Hopefully you stick around and I'll see you all next time.